me start recording. Yeah. So this is our scenario where we entered a 10 digits alphabet in the phone number and there is no value in the mobile. And so I just created the record with this kind of data and the record got saved. But ideally, it should not be saved. Okay. So it's failed. Now what we have to do when any of your test case got failed? You have to go on to the Jira, click on create button. Okay. Now select over here work type, click defect. We have to raise the defect. Okay, so select this type defect. Now over here give the description of the defect. First, in which object that defect is this. Now what is our defect? uh, Phone field is accepting special characters. Phone field is accepting special characters. I write this kind of context. Now what we have to do over here, we have to describe our defect. Test case id. First thing what we will do, test case id. What is test case id? This some someone says it's a serial number or someone says test case number, so we can write this column as a test case number or test case id. So let it be, I'll copy the 7 from here. 7. Now if you have something brief, you can put it over here, like phone field is accepting special characters and able to save save or edit the record. ठीक है, we have to give some detailed description over here. Test case id. Now what are the steps? Test steps. So steps to reproduce or test steps we can write test steps as well. Now copy the steps from over here. Once you have written the proper test case, now you don't need to do efforts. Log into Salesforce, open this app, navigate to contact object, click new, enter detail as per the test data. Now where is test data? Nowhere is it. Now give the column test data. What is the values in the test data? This. Copy paste it. Okay. Now what else? Expected result. Again copy paste. Record should not be saved and some error should populate if we enter special character. Okay. Now what is actual result? What happens is, again you can copy paste. Record got saved, or if you try on update as well, then you can write record got saved and updated. ठीक है. Now over here you have to add the screenshot. You can add the screenshot over here direct in the defect. If you want, you can copy the link, put it over here. Evidence.
Sorry, sir, how you put the evidence?
How? Like take the screenshot in the same way You were taking the screenshot for Excel and paste it over here. Copy paste it.
Okay. Can you repeat it? I was doing Excel, maintaining the Excel. Didn't saw it.
Like, have you copy pasted the screenshot?
Okay. Like the same way we do it in Excel.
Yes, yes, everything is same. It
Okay.
just we are like writing things in this manner over here, but that is something different. So we have to raise the defect in this particular tool. Now we have to make it look friendly. So it should look good. So let's bold out the things, okay, which is important. Why it's in blue? I'm just highlighting these, nothing else, so that anyone can understand.
How to highlight it?
Okay. And then highlight these. Yes. Okay.
So
Now,
how to highlight it?
like
Okay.
like
Yeah, yeah. Sorry,
how
sorry.
to do bold.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Now, now, don't do anything. Just click create. Okay. You will see the link over here. Sorry, view defect. You can click. So now see, your defect is created for this test case, which got failed. Now what you have to do, like create one column, defect ID, and copy the link over here so that you know for which test case which got failed, which defect you have raised. Understood? This is how we have to raise the defect. First, we have to give the heading, summary. Then we have to give the description. Then we have to write the test case number or ID. Then test steps. Then test data. Then expected actual evidence. Got it? How we can raise a defect in the Jira software, or how we raise a defect in the company. Hmm? Is it clear? So I did few arrays defect format, like first we have to write the summary, then description, then test case number, then this, like same thing. It just without raising a defect, I put these things. So there are few defects which I have raised. Okay, like this. All are almost kind of the same. It just defect is different, like in scenario. Okay, for different scenarios, I have raised it. Okay, now one more thing we have to do. So we were working on this user story. TS47. We have write these test cases, and our this scenario got failed. We raise the defect. Now what we will do, like how we will get to know this defect TS this what is related to this TS47? How anyone gets to know? So there is one thing what we can do. Click anywhere like on the defect. Uh, Click plus. Now link work item. Click on link work item. Now search your uh, user story. So user story is this one. Copy this and paste it over here. Now you can search like click over here like a blocked by or relates to. If you doesn't understand anything, then you can select relates to. Okay. Then click link. Now what you can see over here, see 100 user story like this TS100 defect is coming up over here. What it's showing for this user story, there is one defect or how many defects are there. So this is the defect, or this defect is related to which user story, we can see in there this section. Got it? Any doubts in this process? How we can raise a defect and how we can link? Simply click plus, link work item, and then enter the URL. Clear? Should I proceed?
Yes.
Now, what more we have to do? We have to assign, like assignee means who will work on this defect now. Obviously, we are the tester. We found the defect, we raise the defect. Now developer have to fix it. Now how we will get to know who is the developer? There are many developers in the team. How we will get to know? So what we have to do, go to the user story and check who implemented this user story. How you can check? Like in the comment or in the history, developers generally give you the homework, like give you the user story, like this user story is completed. Now you can test. Okay. So you will see the comment of the developer over here, or you can see in the history who assigned you. Like Tushar assigned the work to Karthik. So sorry, Rishikesh changed the assignee. Rishikesh changed the assignee from Karthik to Rishikesh. Okay. So we will assign this defect to the same developer like this. We'll just put the developer name, whosoever is there in my company, and that's it. Now, my developer who developed the user story, it's their responsibility to fix this issue. Any questions?
Um, you know,
Oh,
and like, how is the priority it happens? How
I'll
in
tell.
which
I'll,
thing is the best?
I'll tell other fields. So we have to mention few other fields like sprint, priority. Okay, these two fields we have to fill. Like priority, although I'll tell these topics later, but priority is something how important this defect is. So you can decide like it's high, low. Somewhere it's there are option like high, low, medium, and critical. In my Jira tool, it's high, highest, low, lowest. Okay, so these options can be different anywhere in the company. Whenever you go into the company, there can be high, low, medium, critical. So we can select medium, like if the issue is not very big, we can, if the issue is very important, then you can select the priority as high or critical. Okay, or so that you want, if you want issue to be fixed very soon, then you can raise critical. So based on this, we can decide priority. Clear? One more thing. This is the status of this defect. Like every user story has the okay in the Jira. Now over here, you have to put the status as to do first. What does it mean? I'll tell you.
Labor and sprint are not that much important.
Label is not important. Sprint is very, very important. But as I told you, sprint and these two I'll explain you later
Okay.
based on other topics. Those are the most important. Now, let's discuss about the status. What happens once you raise the defect? What its status should be, and what happens in our company. Okay, now, so in our company we have business analyst, developer, tester, client, stakeholder, team lead. So once you raise the defect, its stated status can be either new or to do. Okay, like in my list, you can see there is new option is not there, only to do option. So you can select to do. Somewhere its new option is available. Okay. So both mean same. It means if a tester finds any defect, they raise it and then assign it to the developer and make the status as to do or new. Clear what the status means?
Yes.
Now, what developer will do? Developer will decide like your defect is correct or not, this is valid or not, or this requirement is valid or not, or there is any other defect which is same, like maybe some other tester has raised the same defect, that can be possible, or might be you have raised the same defect two times, so that can be duplicate. So developer checks all these things, like developer starts analyzing, like they need to reject the defect, or the defect needs is a duplicate or it's not valid, so they check this part. Okay, if they got to know defect is valid, they have to fix it. Then what they do, they change the status to in development or in progress. Understood? What developers do, once they finalize the defect is good, so they change the status to in development, which means now developer is developing this defect, fixing this defect. Understood? What does it mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, next stage. Once developer fix the defect, what they do, they change the state ready for QA and they assign the defects back to the tester. What it means? They will assign the defect to you again. Let's suppose I have raised the defect. They will assign the defect to me by changing the name over here. They will change the state ready for QA, which means now I can retest this. This issue should not come over here. Developer have fixed it. Okay. So they change the state to ready for QA or ready for test and assign it back to me. Clear? The developer fix the defect and assign back the defect to the tester for testing. Understood? Any doubt?
No.
No.
Now, what tester will do? They will change the state in testing. Like when like tester have many things, like developer have many things. So might be they are not testing this defect right now. They are testing some other user story. But whenever they start testing this user story, what they have to do or this defect, they have to change the status to in testing, which means tester is testing this defect right now. It will show tester is testing this defect. So we have to change the status to in testing and we have to start testing this defect. It will show the tester starts retesting the defect or the fix which developer has resolved. Got it?
Yeah.
Now let's suppose your defect is working fine. Now you are not getting any issue. Your uh, scenario is passing. Now scenario is passing means you are not able to save the record if you enter some special character in mobile. What that means?
Okay.
Okay.
Tushar,
Then what you will do? Yeah.
if we are into something different work, like some other testing, and that time also we have to put in testing, or when we do it at actual, at
At
that time
actual.
we.
At actual
Okay.
only. When you
Okay.
are actually working, then only you have to do. It shows like
Okay.
you are working in this ticket. If I
Okay.
want to ask Tushar what you are doing or Nikhil what you are doing, so
Okay.
I can see or your manager can see which tickets you are working. Just by the
Okay.
status they can see. So
Okay.
this
So
shows
at that time
where you are
we.
working.
Okay. We can be in one testing at the time only.
No, no,
Like
we
we
can
don't.
do two testing at a time as well. If you are doing two, then do in testing for the two user story or for the two different. If you're doing one, then only one. But if you're not doing and
Okay.
putting this, what does it mean? Actually, you are not doing, but in
Okay.
Jira you are saying you are testing. So it is a
Okay.
wrong statement.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once your defect is good, then you can click done. Simple. Like done or close. Got it? Or in the some companies, like they say, don't put it done. Mark in UAT. In UAT or ready for prod. They can give you a few options. Like they will tell you. In my company, like in my project, we have to, after testing any defect, you have to mark the status to in UAT or ready for prod. These two status we have to mark. They will tell you what they have to do. Understood?
And if we do the testing and same same uh, defect appears, then
Same defect appears again.
yeah.
That's a good question I was about to tell. Then you have what it is. So let's suppose this is a status, new or to do. You raise the defect. Okay. Now developer check your defect is valid or not, it's duplicate or not. If no, then developer starts fixing it, right? This is what happens. Are you able to understand what
Yes,
happens
yes,
once we raise the defect?
yes,
Now, once developer fix the defect, they assign the defects to tester. Defect fixed and assign it to the tester. And what
yes,
tester do? They test it again. That
yes.
scenario. Now, if the defect is passing, then we like change the state to in UAT or ready for prod as per our project. But
Yes.
let's suppose our defect is not passing. Then what we have to do? We have to again assign that defect to the developer. Now what we have to do? Again assign the defect back to the developer, change the state in development, or yeah, we can change the state for in development. Okay, and put the comment like we have tested it, but still we are getting an issue. Evidence add. Okay, the latest record which you will create or update, put that evidence to showcase like I have tested it, but this is not working right now.
Okay. There is some
Now,
mention option over there.
yes, there is option.
So
You can
we,
mention
yeah.
like, sorry, at the rate, and then you will see all the name, or you can type first name and then you will see the name
Oh,
of the person you want to mention. Got it?
yes.
So that is how we have to follow the process. Once you raise the defect, this is how the workflow or the process follows in the company. And what you assign the defect back to the developer will again assign it to you, then you will again retest. If you again face the issue, then you will assign to the developer, else you will do the same thing like ready for prod or in use.
Oh,
Clear?
yes. What is UAT stand for?
UAT, uh, it's a user acceptance testing. Basically, once we test, bus- like we will be working with some company, like with some client, right? So client will test from their end. So that we will say at UAT. When
Full
client
form?
test by whom? User acceptance testing. We will discuss it again. When client tests the software, our application, then we call it as a UAT. So after we client also test. Understood?
Yes.
So we have to test each and everything very properly so that client does not face any issue when they use the software, when they test the software. If they found any issue, they will come back to the tester and say, why you have not tested this, why this was the issue, or like they will strictly, they will be like very strict in that particular scenario. So that's why we have to do each and every testing properly. We have to write the test cases, we have to put the evidence. If we got the issue, then we have to raise the defect and we have to retest the defect again properly with the evidences. Like once your defect is passing, then you can put the comment defect is retested or passing. Defect is passing, we can say. Below are the evidence. Put the evidence over. Okay, below.
Tushar, is comment is mandatory in the both the scenario pass and fail.
Yes. How anyone got to know what happens in this? Why you assign this user story to someone else, or like the why you assign the story to developer?
Okay.
What was the reason? Or if it was passing, what is the evidence? Where is the evidence?
Okay.
Okay, and we need the evidence for us as well
Oh,
because now we will going to pass this scenario now, right? If it's working now, then we will going to pass. And once anything pass, we have to add the evidence over here as well.
Okay.
So even for us, we have to do it. So we do it over here so that everyone see we are properly following each and everything. We are working properly. So it's a process which we need to follow. Understood?
Yes.
So we have covered.
And like what scenario like developer reject the defect?
If developer rejects a defect, then there is one status.
In what scenario they reject? Like
Like
under
we can say you think the wrong scenario. The
okay,
scenario you thought, it's not as per the user story. Like
okay,
nowhere it's written in the user story, or user story is not saying this scenario can be related to this user story, or this is not the requirement. So
okay,
in that scenario, they can reject the diff.
okay.
Okay. Now, so let's discuss what are the persons available, or what are the roles in the IT. What are their roles and responsibilities? Okay. So in the IT team, it's IT team. Okay. Who implements software. Okay. Now, what is company? There is company. Let's suppose you all are working in the company called TCS. Okay. You all are working in the company called TCS. Let's suppose Nikhil, Praveen, Praveen, Abhijit. Okay. And Shashi is client. Now, what happens is, let's suppose Volta's company wants some application for their business process. They want some application to be implemented. So, where any client will go, like who, if any client wants any software they need, where any client goes for the software development. What
Business
are the
analysis.
no, let me tell you, like in what terms I'm saying. If any client wants anything, they search someone who can implement the software for them. Okay, so they can't believe single person. Like if they contact me, Tushar, I am also, let's suppose I'm a developer, but they will not contact me, but they will contact the company, maybe TCS, maybe Wipro, or any company they can contact, which has a good brand value. Okay, understood? They will contact the company. Now, what company will do? Company will ask what you want from the client, like what kind of application you want, and each and everything they will ask. Now, based on the discussion, company will hire few developers, few testers, few team lead, few business analysts. Okay, so that they can implement the software for the client called Volta. Now, over here, let's suppose Tushar is the team lead, Abhijit is the business analyst, Praveen is the developer, Nikhil is the tester, client is Shashi. This is the client and project name as well. So this is a project name. Let's suppose Volta. Okay, and this is our client as well for our company, because they give the business to the TCS, and TCS gave us the job or some project where we will be working for our client. Now, what we have to implement, someone have to tell, right? So client will tell like what they want to implement with this person, business analyst and the team lead. These two will go on the call with the client, Shashi. Okay. In these, three guys will discuss, three or four guys will discuss what they want in their software. Okay. They will take many meetings, many documentation, and everything they will do. And after doing all these things, what after understanding, after getting clarity, what they want in their software in each and every detail, after analyzing what business analyst will do, they will write the requirement in the form of user stories for you, like TS47. Someone have to give the requirement, someone have to write it over here. Like we write the defect. So in the same manner, BA used to write these requirements word by word based on what client required. Understood how these requirements come? Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, Abhijit or the business analyst will write the requirements. Now, after writing the requirement, there are two important persons. So, first is the developer. Developer is someone who will implement the user story. So, any user story, any requirement come in the form of user story. Who will implement? Developer. So, developer will implement this user story. Okay. Once developer implements any user story, tester will test it. So that is how things goes on. Developer implements the user story via code, via admin. That is their work, not ours. Okay. So this person will implement the user story. Tester will test. If they found any defect, they raise the defect. Developer will fix it, and then tester will retest. Okay. Once we test the user story, test client, which is we say UAT, user acceptance testing. Client will test all those user stories or all the requirements. They don't need any user story because they are the one who give the requirement. So they will test by their own understanding. So that is how any company got the project. What we call it as a client, like Voltage is a client for us, or we can say a project name. How TCS or how any IT company got the project, what are the roles available in the IT team, what team lead do, what business analyst do, what developer do, what tester do, and what clients do. This is all the roadmap. Is it clear?
But what is your main difference between team leader and business analyst?
Business analyst only understand, business analyst work is to understand the requirement and transform those requirement in the form of user story. Okay. Client does there can be higher chances that client does not know what is object, what is Salesforce. Client does not know anything. Okay, there is no need like client should know sales. Client does not know anything. They will tell you, I want a software where I can save the data of my customers, like their details, like phone number, email, and then some other details as well, like their address, their any other thing. Now, it's that BA thing to think, like it's a BA part to write the user story in the form of Salesforce terms. Like BA is the person who understands the business and who knows the Salesforce as well. So now they will write the user story so that developer and tester can understand in their terms, because developer is a Salesforce developer. So anyone who is a Salesforce developer knows what is validation rule, what is object, what is tabs, what is fields, what is application, what is setup. Like everything developer knows. And in our testing, we are learning all these things. We will learn more things, but we have learned all these things like what is record page, what is page layout, what is field, what is object manager, what is validation rule, and there are what is page layout, application, tabs, right? So now we are able to understand the user story just because of it. So BA work is to write the user story so that developer and tester can understand it in their terms, in their language. Okay, got it.
And team lead?
Team lead is just a team, it's a leader, it's a team lead. So they look over, they take the status, how things are going, they contact with the client and
Oh,
take, okay, it's just a team lead, like a manager we say or team leader we say. So that is extra person kind of who
oh,
look over each and everything, like everyone is doing their work, like tester is doing their work, they are raising the defects properly, they are maintaining the test cases and everything properly, same developer are implementing each and everything properly, there are not many issues coming, or why there are many issues coming, why everyone is taking so much time in doing their development or testing, or why business analyst is not giving the proper user story to the developer and tester. So for all the issues in the project, team lead is there. Okay. They discuss with the client. If client have any queries, client discuss with the team lead. A basic queries. Requirement related business analyst discuss. A general team related issues they discuss with like this. Clear?
yes.
So that's how any IT team is, or we got the any IT company got the project, or we are these person who actually works. So this is IT roles. Now, what is our responsibility? As you already understood, we have to test the software because client have to use it, or public have to use it, you can say. So they should not face any issue in using it out. They should not find any functional issues, like any user story should not be failed. Each and every scenario should work. Like if we go for this user story, in any way, wrong phone number should not come, wrong email should not come, a record without phone, email should not come. So we have to make sure everything works properly. So that is our roles and responsibilities. Like there should not be any issues if any software comes in the market. Understood?
Yes.
So each and every day we'll be learning about this, so you will get to know more things in detail. Now, there is one topic STLC, just a process. What is a testing life cycle like in the companies? That is called STL. STLC stands for Software Testing Life Cycle. Like what are the activities we have to perform in the company? What are their processes and all? So we are already following all those things in the real time zone. Whatever we are doing, it's just for the theory point of view or just in a summary. I'm telling you this topic. It refers to a sequence of specific activities which is conducting during the testing process. Okay. So the first thing is requirement analysis. What does it mean? We understand the user story, understand the requirement. Okay. So that is our first work. Understand the user story. Then what we do? We write the test cases after understanding the user story. So that is that part. We have to write the test case. What is test plan? Like that is the same. We can say we have to think and write the test cases. Thinking and writing the test cases. These are two things. Okay. Then what we have to do? Let's suppose if we do not have any ID password of our Salesforce or any other system we have to log in, then we need our environment to be set up. So that thing we need. Okay. Then we execute our test case. Like Execute means we write the test cases. After writing the test cases, we have to run each and every test case and we have to mark like pass, fail, put the evidence, or raise the defect. So that part is execution. Okay, run the test cases, log actual versus expected, report defects and bugs if we found any. Okay, like raise defect and assign it to the developer and retest. Once we do all the things, test cycle is closed. Test cycle is closed means we can, like, we have to pass all the scenarios. If all the scenarios are passed, defect are passed, we have to uh, put this Excel, or we can say we have to upload this Excel over here. Like we have an option like uploading from here. We can upload over here from here. Okay, and say testing. Testing is done, and upload the Excel. Understood? So that is how we say test closure. Any questions?
No.
Now in the chart format, we understand the requirement, then we think and write the test cases, then we execute. Like then if we have to set up the environment, if not done, then we have to execute the test cases. If we found any issue, we raise the defect, we retest it and all those things. If everything got passed, we have to close our test. So this is the only thing which we do on that daily basis for each and every user story. There are many things like we take which calls, many calls we have to attend, but the main agenda of the tester is this: we have to follow the STLC process, software testing life cycle. This is our life cycle. Like defect life cycle is we discuss like what is happens when defect is raised, and this is the life cycle of a tester. What we do. Any questions? So we have covered this. Now tomorrow we will cover these. Okay, only this part. Write the test cases if you haven't tried, because tomorrow again we will do the same thing. Okay, so this is the user story TS49 and 50. Understand how we raise the defect and everything. Everything is asked in the interview, like what is STLC, how to raise the defect, what are the steps, what are the process you follow, once the defect is raised, what are the things. So each and everything is being asked. So don't take anything lightly. All are the interview questions. Now this is TS49 which we will do tomorrow. This is for the account object. So we have to prevent duplicate records, not to update or the save if we have the same email and the phone number. Okay. So we will test this user story. We will implement. We will write the test case and we will test it. And the same user story 50 as well. Okay. What are the steps we will follow to create implement it? I have already put it over here. If you want to implement it today by own, you can do it. If no, then wait for tomorrow. I'll tell you each and every step. That's all from my side. Any questions?
No.